I had gone to the Grand Canyon. The first time I ever went was, let's see, I think it was like, yeah, 20 years ago. So it's 20 years ago, and I took my daughter, and the whole thing was I was in Missouri. This was like in March, and it was cold and yucky. And I was like, I want to go someplace warm. And in my brain, Arizona, all of Arizona is warm. I don't know that there's these, that doesn't register in my mind. Just like Northern California doesn't register that it'll be different from Southern California. All California is warm, right? That's how it is in my brain. And I know better now, but at that time I didn't. And so we are, it's like I want to go to Arizona, and we spent a couple of days in southern Arizona, like in Scottsdale, and it was beautifully warm and everything. But the main part of the plan was I wanted to go to the Grand Canyon. I'd never been there. I wanted to go. It's like, let's just go. So I go online to find a hotel at the Grand Canyon because, I don't know. I have no idea I've never been there, right? So I'm like, I'm going to go. We're going to find a hotel there, and because that's the main purpose of this trip. Well, I look online, and there are no hotels. It's not showing any hotels at the Grand Canyon, anywhere around the Grand Canyon. It says the closest hotel to the Grand Canyon is in this place called Sedona. I'm like, okay, all right, that's an odd name. But okay, fine.
And so you didn't know what Sedona was.
I had no idea. And so I called Mom, and I, just let her know I was going to go because it was a spontaneous trip, and I was like, look, I'm taking Tiffany. I want to get out of the cold. I want to go someplace, just go see something I've never seen before. And I told her this whole thing, it's like, we're going to go to the Grand Canyon, but the closest hotel is in Sedona. And she's like, what? She goes, well, you know what Sedona is, don't you? Like, a town? I have no idea. So she starts telling me, oh my goodness, it's vortexes, and it's very spiritual area, and it's this very sacred land, and all this, and it affects everybody differently. She goes, this great big story. But the day we're going to go to the Grand Canyon, we get up that morning, and the hotel we were in has a glass elevator, okay? And so we're coming down the elevator, and there's what looks like snowflakes. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Here I am in a rental car on a road I'm not familiar with, and it's starting to snow. And as I went further, it started getting more and more. The snow's coming down harder. I mean, it's almost blizzard-like snow conditions. I'm like, but we're going, and it's like, well, this is an adventure. We're just going. It's already like, well, we can't tell anybody about this because, we're going to be fools. But we finally get to the Grand Canyon. We check in. We go into the observatory area, and we just go in there for a minute. Then we come out to go start walking around. As soon as we get out on that rim, we start walking. This big snow cloud settles into the canyon, and you can't see a single thing. So that's why I wanted to take my daughter back. I was like, I want to do a redo. I want her to see the canyon. And that was what I was saying. Yeah. That's what I want, a redo. Let's redo that day. And I want her to see the canyon. This trip, now it may not have been the same order and the same, but it started out, it was raining. I mean, it was starting to come down. I'm like, no way. Because my daughter was like, look, I don't think I'm allowed to see it. If it's going to happen again and I'm not going to see it. And I'm like, watch it. I said, yeah, if it happens again, forget it. It's just, that's over. And then the rain is starting. And I'm like, are you kidding me? As we're nearing the canyon, or I don't remember how far we were, probably in that part where we're stopping for elk and we're doing all these things. And all of a sudden it's like the rain takes on a different tone, and like, it's got substance to it, like sleet. Flats on the, I'm like, what? We open the car and it's snowing. But the thing was cool was it didn't do a snow cloud that settled into it, because listen, my words were redo the day. Now I didn't interpret that until on the way back. Yeah. That I was asking for a redo. Well, it did a redo. It did a complete duplicate. So on the way back is when it dawned on me what I had been saying. I was like, what was this about? That made no sense. And then I heard my words. And my words were, I want to redo this day, and I want Tiffany to see the canyon. So it was like the conditions did a redo.
And she got to see the canyon.
Yes, the canyon was visible. Yeah. So we are creator beings. Oh my gosh, we are so powerful. And it was later that I realized that yes, I had manifested the entire thing. I mean, we don't want to believe that we're powerful enough to affect weather, but we are. We are so powerful.